Hello and welcome to eSuite. Today I'm going to demonstrate multi-entity accounting and consolidation of multiple entities. We've got a bunch of databases here. We've got a consolidated database here, which is a consolidation of all these other databases. We've got a head office database, and we've got some store databases here. So let's have a look at it. Let's go into the consolidated database. Now actually I've just realized that this consolidated database actually includes the head office database. It can be configured to not do that, but for the purpose of this demo that's the way it's been configured. Let's go straight into the general ledger, and so here is with a small sample of data transactions for all the databases for this period. So I've created some test sales in here, and what we can do is we can filter this by a particular store. So we can see if I drill into the East Brisbane store, I can drill in and see those transactions. So drill down is working in the consolidated database, and I can filter it and show all databases here. So there's all the sales that make up for the unfiltered sales. We have another feature here where we can split the companies and append that to the GL code. So if I split by company, what it does is it breaks down my sales into the different databases. So we can see we've got an Ipswich sale here, and I can drill into that, and there it is there, and we can drill into that, and it says it's just warning me that I'm trying to edit it, but we're not allowed to do that. We can view it, which is okay because we're in the consolidated database. We don't want to be editing transactions in here, and we can see the GL posting that contributed to the Ipswich company sale. Now this filtering, this ability to see all a consolidated view or filter it by a particular company works in all screens. So if I have a look at list of transactions, I can filter it here and just have a look at the East Brisbane transactions. Same goes for reports, sales summary report. We can go in here and have a look at a particular store sales, or we can even show all sales and then group by company. Where is it? Company. There it is, company code, and pop that on the screen. And so there's a breakdown of our sales by company using our sales reporting tool. Now, the next question is you may have a scenario where a couple of these stores are owned by a single director, and we want to do a consolidation of just two of these stores. In order to do that, what we've got to do is, I'm opening up another system here, is we've got to set up consolidated groupings. So here's our databases. This is our consolidated. Here's all of our store databases. And in here we go and manage this. Alright, we go in here and manage that and go into our list of databases. Now actually this particular server's got hundreds of databases on it, but the ones that but I've actually filtered them off. That's a whole other story. But the ones I'm interested in here are these high growth databases, and I've got this field here called the company group, which allows me to create a code that links, for example, Wollongong, Ipswich and Underwood together, and that's called the Andy code. We've got one here called Nick and another one called Wood, right? So when I select this Wood company group, it's just going to show me Ipswich and Underwood. So back in here I can go and select Wood, and what we should see in the income is only Ipswich and Underwood. Perfect. Now what we want to do is create a user, for example Andy, who can only see his he can see the Woodward group and the Andy group of customers and these particular individual stores. And when he logs in, his default will be the Andy group of companies, consolidation I should say. So what we're going to do to demonstrate that is log in to the consolidated database. Oh, not as me, as Andy. And now, if we have a look at the general ledger, oh, that's interesting. It should have defaulted to Andy, but never mind. We can only see, we're restricted to seeing consolidation of just his stores. Woodward, remember, is just Ipswich and Underwood. Or we can have a look at just one store, say Underwood. Oh, maybe no sales there. Ipswich. There we go. Ipswich. Perfect. And we should be able to go into Andy here and split by the company. Yeah. So there we go. All good. Right, so let's just have a quick look at how let's log into one of the individual databases and see how a sale from one of these stores. Actually, I'm going to log as the POS user. And actually, I probably didn't want to go in as into that store because that's not part of Andy's group. So what I'm going to do is actually get out of here and log into Ipswich. Make a sale. Enter your operator code and enter in a street. And sell some taps. I'm out of stock, so it's telling me that I might want to get it from head office, but for the moment I'm just going to sell it anyway, go negative stock on that item, just to complete the sale. So that's created a sale. And there's the invoice. This can be printed out on a docket printer. Okay. Right. So the sale I just posted then is in this Ipswich database, and there it is there. So that's what the sale looks like in the back office, and we can see the GL postings here, and they're going to go to the Ipswich database. So I'm logged into the Ipswich database. I can log in as a user with a bit more access to that particular database, for example, me. And if I have a look at the GL, what I should see is income for that database. So if I drill into the transactions, there it is. The sale that I just made is that second one there, and you can drill in. So that's the transaction that was created, the sales transaction that was created in the Ipswich database. However, if we go back to the consolidated database and have a look at the general ledger, close it down, reopen it to refresh it, what we should see is this sale should include the sale that I just made. There it is again. That's the same sale, QISIN 19. Let's just double check that. QISIN 19. That's the sales transaction that I just posted. So that's in the consolidated database, and we should also be able to go to Andy's login, close it down, and see the same thing. We'll go for Andy and split it, and there we go. Sales, Ipswich sales, there it is, the same figure. So what we're seeing here is they're the two transactions: consolidated posting of a sale from a store database and going to the head office consolidated database, and the ability to restrict certain users from seeing the total consolidation, so we can limit what they see. Thank you for watching, and that's multi-entity accounting and consolidation.